welcome back to Formula Students 2025 live stream. We are brought. Hello everyone and welcome back to Formula Students 2025 live stream brought to you by Comera. We are here on the track. We see the first car already warming up and starting. We have the Serber Motorsport and the team from Riga. The conditions today are very tricky. We had a wet morning, the track was wet. The sign on the entrance to the dynamic area says that the weather is damp, which means specific conditions. We will ask our experts to tell you a little bit more detail about what's going to happen. But there are two types of tires that the teams can choose for the track being damp. They can either use the slicks or the wets. There is a risk with choosing either. The slicks are more slippery, and as you could see from yesterday, we asked the teams how was the track, and they said the track was really slippery. So with the wet and the water standing in some places still, it's gonna be hard. But I think they're gonna manage pretty well today, and the weather is, as you can see, pretty shiny. It's gonna get even warmer, and we will have two sessions today. We will start with the combustion vehicles and then have a 30-minute break. Afterwards, we're gonna see the electric cars. I can see Serber Motorsport already on the track, and I will leave you back, guys, with our lovely commentators, Thomas and Maciek, who are gonna tell you everything that's happening on the track.
Hello and welcome from Autodrome Słomczyn here in Krupiec County. We have started racing the endurance, the last dance of Formula Student this year. The CMS 10 from Serber Motorsport is already at the track, and in commentary box there is Maciej Kłakowski.
And Thomas, how are you guys doing today?
Thomas, how your week has gone? Did you enjoy that here in Poland?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I was doing some design judging and some cost judging, so glad to be here and glad to see the teams out here showing what they have and doing their best.
What do you think about the level of the rivalry here in Poland? Is it competitive comparing to other countries?
I think across Europe it's pretty competitive with the other competitions. I think this competition, since it's the first year it's counting towards the global rankings, it's good to see the competition being quite aggressive here.
And important thing for us, each car would go close to 22 laps, 9 laps per driver. Then we need to swap, so there is another laps, and after that the main time is going to count on the table. So 2 laps behind Serber Motorsport. Thomas, how about the strategy? The track is still a little bit damp, I think, so there is a little bit of grip, and you need to hurry up because all the drivers want to have the most powerful cars with the most grip they can possibly have.
Yeah, it looks like the track is drying up a bit. So a little bit of see the driver struggling a bit on the corners that had some water on it. So hopefully, as the day progresses, it dries out a bit.
I saw that the Thomas bolide has wet tires as I was walking throughout the paddock. And I think this is a good choice. And not only the track is damp, but also the asphalt is not really harsh. It's kind of slippery, even by its own. So let's hope that this wet tire is getting the temperature, even maybe over temperature, because during the cold asphalt, you need to warm up faster. And the third lap is going ahead.
I can see taking that corner a little bit wider than they probably wanted to. They're going through the chicane that's a little bit wet.
So the racing line wouldn't be the fastest for now. The fastest line would be the line without the water.
Yeah, that's right. I think focusing on staying out of the water for now, especially on slick tires, is critical to get the best lap times right now.
just how we just can watch that on the little splash of water. Just the TMS 10 has lost its grip and a little bit of oversteering. But you told just a few sentences ago that they are going on slicks. I believe they are going on wets.
Are those wets?
So then the little splashes of water could get colder on the tires if they are too hot, just to make sure they are in the right temperature, and sometimes getting warmer, sometimes getting a little bit colder, just in case of keeping those tires in a good temperature, the working temperature. .80 kilowatts and 60 newton-meters of torque. Is it for combustion engine? Big amount or not?
I think that's a pretty good amount of power, especially for combustion. I think also with their weight being 225 kilograms, they did a pretty good job with the development of their car. Also, this team is 37th right now in the world ranking, so hopefully, when they come to this competition, that they can improve that. Since this is the first year that the Polish competition is counted against the world rankings.
I heard yesterday that the higher placed Polish team in the world ranking is PRZ from Rzeszów. Is it still the best team in the world ranking from Poland or not? Do you know, have any data of the best Polish team?
We'd have to check on that one.
Okay, because I'm still really shocked, and it's surprising for me that CMS has problems even now. They went straight into the chicane without turning their car. Now standing on the straight between third hairpin and the big pen. But for now, on our screen, there is a car from Riga.
I think this is their second car, so second car ever. So it looks like they have a pretty massive improvement from last year. So it's good to see them out there in the endurance.
Yeah, it's correct. I believe that last year they didn't even have the rear wing, just the cockpit, and still they're getting faster and faster as we saw yesterday. Those times were pretty impressive for them. As we have spoken yesterday as well, they changed the livery in this year. This is a pink car. Last year, I believe it was either blue or white, or blue and white, something like that. But as I heard, this is the reason for having 3 female drivers in the team. And this is the situation we need to hold on for now.
Looks like we're having an overtake.
But not in overtake zone.
Looks like the Serber Motorsport looks like they have a problem on track and they're being pushed off by the marshals.
It's a really sad view, especially when we get noticed on that the CMS car last year were the fastest, the best, and overall the team won everything here. in overall classification. So if they with those kinds of problem this year is very very maybe not disappointing but just sad of you to see that the car that was competitive last year this year cannot compete at all, and now with problems the driver is getting out of the car, but still on our screens is the car from Riga with pretty pink scheme as well, with the rear wing looking like a little bow. And we can say it's just the cutest car in Formula Student maybe ever built. And for now, the really sad picture of driver taking his helmet off, knowing that it is over for them for now.
It looks like car 006 is being sent out on the track.
And it's the car from Warsaw, WU team racing, and the green flag is going to be waved just after car from Riga passed away.
The Riga car looks like it has pretty good pace going past the start here. So,
but I don't know if that was a good solution to put a WT6 car after Riga's, especially when there are smokes from the Riga's car. Then we have red flags.
oh, it looks like there's quite a bit of smoke.
And
Got a red flag, yeah.
I don't know if the driver knows that he's with smokes driving away. Everybody's showing him red flags, but his or she, but because I don't know if it's he or she for now, drove away, but now stops.
Looks like the marshals are telling them to get out.
What a fast way to get out of the car, even in Formula One. No, and I didn't see the drivers escaping that fast, even though in F1 they have 6 seconds for that.
It's pretty quick. I mean, this is why we do the driver, I guess, escape whenever we're doing our tech inspection. So it's good to see that I guess is showing now that.
That was really fast in Riga's car.
I have to talk to scrutineers, but I think that's probably one of the fastest one I've seen.
But what is interesting for now, we had red flags, but then car 006 is still driving. The car from Riga is parked at the track, not even close to the track, but on the track. And it seems that
The 006 car looked like it missed the chicane a bit there.
But what's interesting, no cone has been beaten. So they managed to brake and keep racing afterwards. Car from Riga being pushed away. So we have two staying cars at the track, near the track, just like an art in the museum. And the car from Warsaw just came from second hairpin to third hairpin, and on the straight to the big pen with the chicane where Serbian Motorsport had their problem and stopped their racing in endurance.
Yeah, it definitely looks like the track is starting to dry up here, so hopefully the teams will start changing their racing lines appropriately.
The fastest lap so far belongs to Serbian Motorsport with 1 minute and 11 seconds.
Which was actually their last lap there, so it looks like they're starting to speed up.
It's a big shame for them and for all competitors, because if they set the time, that would be the marker. thing that everybody wants to beat. So it's a bit shame that there is a third car and we're still waiting for the first swap even, because for Cyber Motorsport and from FS RTU there was still the first driver without any swap, without completing the 9 laps per driver.
Yeah. I mean, usually most of the team's strategy is to put the, I guess, slower, less experienced driver first, and then the more experienced with the faster drivers second, so they can get their car already up to temperature and the tires are already operating quite built up to temperature.
And even thinking about the tires, not only the temperature of them, but even of the wear of them. Because after 15 laps, those tires would be warm, but they would be in 60 or 50% of their condition maybe. So they need experienced drivers just to not only make time with these tires, not only to being fast on the warmer tire, but as well to manage the awareness of the tires and even of all of the temperatures inside the cockpit and outside the cockpit of the engine, of how the balance worked, because maybe after a few laps it would going to change a little bit.
Yep.
If the wear of the wings even just came up, as I heard that some teams are with some kind of knowledge that after few laps the front wings could give up and broke a little bit. So with experienced driver, there is a safer way to keep it to the finish line.
I think also with the experienced driver, if you have any issues on the car, they're able to, I guess, maintain and limp the car home in some cases, you could say, whereas a less experienced driver wouldn't be able to make adjustments to the car that would allow them to finish. So, because the biggest scoring of this endurance event is finishing the endurance. That gives you quite a large amount of points. And this is also scoring efficiency, so the total fuel usage. So quite a lot of points on the table here for the teams. And like we said before, this is a world ranking event, so yeah.
And there is Václav Kochi heading up to Autodrome Slumchen layouts, car number 069. It's a combustion engine car from Liberec. So as we heard, the most important thing in endurance is to complete all the laps and showing up on the finish line on the checkered flag. So it's just like in Le Mans series, it doesn't count when they are changing the drivers or looking for the car if there is everything okay by the scrutineers, but still as in Le Mans, they need to finish, they need to see the checkered flag.
Yeah, we're usually giving enough time for the drivers to change safely so we can make sure that they have the seatbelts on correctly and they're sitting in the right position and the car is safe to go. So we're checking also for leaks or any sort of issues with the car, because if they have any problems with the car, it can't be released on track, so it doesn't, I guess, spill anything on the track, which might cause issues.
Especially when the Autodrome Slumchen is not a Le Mans circuit, where you have long straight, you can check the seat belts, check your helmet, check everything in the car if it's put on correctly. There, even on the straights, are little chicanes from cones, so the driver needs to focus all the time managing the big power on the little rear wheels, as well as swinging from left to right, from right to left on all those little chicanes.
Yeah, I think the cones and the chicanes are really something to focus on. Luckily on this course you're able to drive a bit of a driving line, which is pretty unique for this course, because on other competitions you're not really given as much freedom here. So focusing is really critical so you can get the fastest times.
As I saw on the videos that Bartek showed me, for example, Philip, I saw that mostly Formula Student events going on a really small and not wide, just narrow tracks from cones, even on the racing tracks. So for some reason, Autodrome Slumchen is a little bit of different of other tracks.
Yeah, I think it gives a little bit more freedom for the drivers to choose a racing line. So the driver aspect of it is is a little bit bigger of a player here than other Formula student events, like you were saying before. So it's pretty interesting to see the results and see what the team's performance ends up being.
Just as I'm thinking about it, knowing that in another racing lines, another layouts of the tracks, the drivers have the same line. Like there is no any place to change it, to think about it if it's going to be faster or not. And here at Slomchin we can see that not only the construction, not only the possibility of acceleration or the tire wear or something else, there is also a big influence of the driver. Not only that he can accelerate, not only if he can brake, but as well if he could take the racing line correct and still approving it at changing it if the conditions of the track are going to change or not. And as we are speaking about the conditions, now it's 19 degrees of Celsius and big visibility, but still we expecting rain even. But let's hope that there are no pours or the rain in a few hours, and we are going to race in full dry conditions.
Yeah, like you're.
Minutes.
Yeah, like you were saying, the track is drying up quite a bit. I mean, looking out of the commentary box, I don't see any clouds. This is the clearest day I've seen today, this week. So hopefully that forecast is incorrect and we can get some fast and competitive times. So, yep, it looks like the 68 car is joining the track here, and it looks like the 006 car should be coming in for a driver change here in a few laps.
They started eighth lap, so just in 1 and 2 laps they're going to swap. I think that 9 laps are complete laps, and on the 10th lap they're going to swap. Then 11th lap will be starting lap for the second driver. Then 9 laps, which is 20 laps or 21, and then 1 lap for finish for going backward back to the pit. So there is. Oh no, there's not 22 laps. It changed to 18 laps because for in quarter or maybe half an hour backwards we have on the screen 22 laps just on the screen, just near to the team. But now it changed to 18 laps. So maybe there is a change since last year. Maybe last year we have 11 had 11 for the driver. Per driver, but for now, not only car from Liberec, but as well car from Kuls from Prague is now on their way on their challenging part of the most challenging part of the weekend of the week. It's of course an endurance.
Yeah, it's really nice to see 3 cars on track going at the same time. It's quite a lot going on.
But is it common for Formula Student or not only on either tracks, 2 cars and maybe even only 1?
So it's pretty dependent on the type of track. So depending on how big or small it is, usually for the larger tracks you can let more cars go. But you really want to minimize how much overtaking happens in the blue zones because you lose a lot of time waiting for the next car to overtake. So minimizing that is ideal. Looks like the 006 car there is doing a driver change. So they're also doing a bit of tech inspection to make sure that the car is safe and looks okay. The fastest time so far is a 1:11.273 from the number 10 Cerber Motorsports car. So
it's a bit shame that they are not competing for now because maybe they could change their will. They change what happened yesterday, and it's especially a really great result as we know that the track was more damp than now. It's still drying up. So if they were starting first and on the wet track made the result that still hasn't been beaten, it's a really impressive job for since yesterday. And for now, accepting Server Motorsport, the fastest car on the track is Cruise Prague. It's 1 minute 12 seconds and 175 1,000 of a seconds. And on our screens, Václav Kochi, number 69.
Tak, będzie jedyna.
It looks like the driver of the 006 car was putting the steering wheel back in, so hopefully they can get started soon on their second driver.
On our screens, a car from Liberec. They are now third, but this is the time. This is not the time overall. This is the time they have started their challenge, and now driver in the 006 car.
Oh, looks like they restarted and they're heading up. So see how they do. It looks like the 69 car is getting the blue flag and getting overtaken by the 68.
And the 68 know that they need to push, and this push was that much that on the third car paint it went fully in drifting, losing the grip on the rear wheel, but the driver still managed to keep the car in one place and straighten it up and going as fast as it could, not to waste any time to the rivals. And the rivals are from the same country, for their friends from Liberec.
Yeah, and also I want to comment on the 68 car just pulling another fast lap with a 1:09.972. They are currently the fastest car at the moment in endurance, so good for them.
And let's remember that they were on fire yesterday, and now they are on fire, but on track and with a really good pace.
Yeah, yesterday they did quite a heavy effort to get their car rebuilt and going again, so it's good to see the teams working together and getting that working. So
it would be great if we could see even on our screens the car number 68, because it's going really, really fast, switching directions, and especially on the hairpins, going really, really strong, with really, really strong pace. Even drifting on some of them and going not maybe in the big slides, but it looks like power slides. And what is really interesting, this car is not in a hybrid anymore after this poor thing on the yesterday's competition. After this fire on the battery, they removed it in 3 hours and made a car that is still fast and still going really, really good, managing to race here at Autodrome Slącz.
it's a bit of a shame we can't see them with their hybrid unit to see how much faster they would be. But even without it, they're still pretty quick, so it's pretty impressive to see that.
But maybe without the battery, the car is slightly lighter, and they could use all the power of the combustion engine, still managing to go really, really fast. But with the help of the batteries and hybrid system, maybe they would be really, really faster after the accelerating, just after exiting the corner.
Yeah, definitely for those slaloms and the hairpin exits, the hybrid system would definitely help quite a bit.
But on our screen, still car number 006. It has completed 12 laps for now.
Was the first driver of the day to finish the halfway of endurance. Congratulations from the WUT team. I wanted to ask, what are the conditions on the track? Because we were really curious. It was a bit damp in the morning. Now the sun is shining.
Yeah, there are still some wet spots, but most of the track is dry, so you can really push the limits.
And how did you enjoy the line so far, the track?
The track is very enjoyable, it is very fast, it's basically perfect for Formula student.
Okay, and we also saw the situation with the Riga team being a bit smoky and the red flags on. How was that for you?
I mean, I was a little bit nervous. I just hope there wouldn't be any oil on the track because that would be dangerous and the whole race could be stopped.
Okay, well, I will see we have another change of the driver here. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And hoping for the second driver to come to us soon.
I hope so.
Yeah, like the driver was saying there for the 006 car, it looks like the track's drying up quite a bit, and it's good to hear that the drivers like the more open track layout so they can choose their racing line.
As well as WUT Racing for Warsaw, they also change their tempo, their pace. Michał Milaniuk is now in the car, and this time it's 1 minute 11 seconds, 0.9.
It looks like the 69 car did get to the driver change, and it looks like they're putting in their new driver right now. And the scrutinies are taking a look and seeing if everything's all right.
Yeah, because if they say something that I have to speak about as well.
It looks like the 68 car is catching up pretty quickly to the 006 car, so maybe we'll be seeing an overtake soon after the hairpins here. And it looks like the 006 car is now holding up the 68 car here. And there's the blue flag for the 006.
69 with driver swap, and what is interesting, without a place to overtake, without WUT going to the blue zone. What is really interesting, they are playing a dirty move. Maybe now at the changing zone of overtaking zone is being held by the WUT, and now the Prague car have to go really fast, and it's correctly done, so now they're ahead of WUT.
Yeah, it looks like they lost quite a bit of time. I'm not sure if the driver just didn't see the blue flag or not in the first overtake box, but that's not an ideal situation where you're the 69 car and you have to... looks like the 69 car is actually coming out on track here.
And that looked nasty because...
It looks like the 006 car stopped on track from the commentary box here.
So now it's a really interesting view because they have just stopped really quick with the scratching their tires. We don't know what exactly happens. Team from Liberec cannot join the track. And what is interesting as well, I cannot see the car from Prague. We are looking throughout the paddock, throughout the entire track. Car from Liberec wants to join but cannot. Oh, and the car from Prague is now swapping the drivers. The best time for doing that, so they're pretty lucky because all the drivers are stopped now at the track. But if they are going to complete their driving swap and they need to line up in queue just after the car from Liberec. Their tires would lose the temperature they had.
It looks like they might have had some issues with their shifting, so they were not able to downshift, is the information that I am getting. So it looks like they will not be finishing the endurance event, unfortunately.
So for now, we have no car that have finished the endurance in combustion vehicles. This is a very, very sad view. But the good news are for WUT that the second driver has attended. But for now, car from Liberec has just started and going for a second run with the applause from the audience.
It's going to be nice to see if they have their faster driver and what type of lap times they can start putting down with the track conditions being significantly drier than it was this morning. So
the fastest lap for FS Tool is now 1 minute and 14 seconds since the first driver has ended his change. But for now, let's have a look if the second for now FS Tool Racing is going to be better or not. Let's hope that the second driver would have faster lap times. And as we saw, car number 68 is now joining the track.
Yeah, with their second driver. So again, hopefully we'll see some really competitive times coming out here.
Cools for now have behind the wheel David Kodelka with the best time of the previous driver was 1 minute and 9 seconds. So let's have a look if two cars from Czech Republic could maintain the pace and working on the faster laps. Car from Liberec for sure have colder tires waiting on the zone to join the track after the WUT car broke down.
So I'm here with Václav, who's from the 069 team. You guys were, you guys are the most further along on the track right now. How was the run for you?
It was amazing. The track conditions are also pretty fine. It's not that slippery like early in the morning, and I really enjoyed it. The car is perfect.
You told me you had to manage the speed, right?
Yeah, exactly. We are trying to save some fuel for the second driver, so we are happy to finish and not run out of fuel.
How does it make you feel that the three teams before you got disqualified or did not finish?
To be
race?
honest, pretty good. Not for them, but for us, because they are big competitors, and we are happy to see that we have a chance to finish on podium.
Who are you competing most with on Formula Student?
So mainly with Sus Prague,
Yeah.
because they are our home country, but we are really friendly and we help each other a lot, but there's a little bit of that sportsmanship.
Competition. Okay, well, we're going to see your driver finish, hopefully to be the first team to finish today.
Yes.
Thank you so much, and we're going to head back to the commentators because we have some more cars starting.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And more cars starting is the car from Budapest, the Budapest University of Technology and Economics, BME Motorsport, with car number 182. Oh, with the problems from the first corner, hitting some cones on the first right corner. Not a very good start, but let's hope that the rest of it is going to be better. Let's say that all the cones that they were going to hit is now being hit, and now that they are going to race correctly. Adam Pinces. I don't think so that his surname is Pinches, maybe, but in Polish C and Z is calling Ch, but I don't know if in Hungarian as well. Looking at the time, school's last lap was 1 minute 14 seconds, so with slower pace than the other driver. But speaking about the FS2 racing, as well, 5 seconds slower than the laps from the first driver. Let's hope that they are working on the track with the tires, with the tire wear, with the tire temperatures. But I'm 100% sure that car number 68 is competing very well, swinging through the corners really fast, looking for the best way to exit the corner.
Yeah, it looks like they're catching up to the 69 car, so I think we might get an overtake here coming up at the next... Yep, there you go. There's the blue flag from the marshal, so we're going to see an overtake with the Budapest car. That's one of the things that are pretty annoying with the overtake box is that you get stopped, so you really lose the pace and you lose the temperature in the tires when you have to wait for the other car to come. So not an ideal situation to overtake, but we use overtake boxes in Formula Student just to minimize the risk of the cars having any sort of wheel-to-wheel accidents, which you can see in other forms of motorsports. So this is just a safety thing to have them overtaking boxes rather than wherever on the track.
And especially when the budget of those teams is not infinitive. There are still the cash from the university and their sponsors, and they need to really follow it up. Need to know that nothing would be infinitive constructor, because after the crash they need to rebuild their own car, and the rebuild is is painful with the amount of cash they need to have to rebuild it correctly with the same generation of front wing rail link, and something will break down, and the health of the driver as well is a really important thing.
Yeah, a lot of the components on these cars are pretty advanced. If you get a chance to walk around the paddock and kind of see some of the things these students are putting together, there's some pretty advanced methods and unique things. So having to make a lot of these parts will take more time than would be realistic for the season. So trying to minimize any sort of accident or any sort of damage is always something we try to focus on, just so we can focus on the engineering aspect and the performance aspect rather than the wheel-to-wheel racing aspect. So it looks like the Czech car is pulling up to it looks like the Coles Racing, sorry about that, car is catching up to the 69 car. So we might also get another overtake here soon. Oh, it looks like they already overtake. So.
Yeah, there is another blue zone just after the first corner, and I believe that there was a place that they changed their positions. And now on our screens, car number 182, it's a car from Budapest, and the difference between Liberec and Prague racing team at the track, but now once again with car from Budapest, and they are the fastest car on the track, as you showed me up.
Yeah, they actually have a 1 minute and 7 second lap time, so they're quite a bit faster than the other cars, with the next fastest car being the 68 car with a 1:09. So,
but look at the speed they managed to have on the end of the straight before the braking. As I remember, they might be the car that during the acceleration test they went really fast and not managed to brake, not to spin after. But I don't know if this was this car correctly, but still. I'm really, really impressed by the speed they're carrying after the straight. Heavy braking to the first corner, which is a really, really tight one, just as in Formula Student events. And there is going to be an information of last lap, I believe, for Liberec's car. And the speed they're carrying on, it's really, really impressive. Going back to a car from from Budapest, for Liberec as well, but they are going to have their last lap, as I see the steward near the track. And this is car from Prague. Or even not, because even if Coles Prague was has started just after the Liberec car, but they managed to overtake them, and now they're on the leading lap. So this is going to be the first car to see the last lap table, last lap information.
It looks like we're getting a blue flag on the 69 car for the Budapest car to pass once again.
And it's a bit of shame because there was going to be the last lap in next lap. And this is the blue flag for 069 on our screen. And the last lap for car number 68. So in a few minutes we are going to have the first marker, the first car to complete the endurance challenge in Formula Student Poland 2025.
Yeah, this is pretty big for the team because this is worth quite a lot of points for the competition. This could even sway your overall finish quite significantly because this is also a fuel efficiency event and an endurance event.
And I don't know if there isn't any problem with car number 69 as it is going really, really slow to the last lap. There and there are some problems for Cool's car, I believe. Look how slow it is going to the big pen. Is it going to stop just a few meters before?
Oh no, it looks like they could have possibly run out of fuel. I hope that's not the case. They're probably on the last 1/3 of the lap, so.
Just like in Formula 1, go to the line, keep pushing, go to the line, keep pushing. Whoa.
Oh, they got it started back up again, wow.
Wow. That was a heartbreaking moment, but still, let's believe that was just a little bit of problems, and they managed to do that. It's a shame because their time would be 15 or 20 seconds slower, but still they managed to end up, and we hear the cheering from the crowd. Congratulations to Coles Prague racing team. You are really made it first and only for now. We are still waiting for come from Liberec to be the second car to end their challenge.
It also looks like the Hungarian car is coming in for the driver change soon.
And now car from Liberec has just ended. They are the second car in the grid with the time 6 minutes slower than Coles Prague. But I don't know if the time is not compared with from the first lap to the last lap. We had this break to get rid of the car from WUT. And this is the checkered flag for car number 182 from Budapest for the driver. So first driver has ended their change, and now it is going to be their swap for them. And this is the car from Liberec. car number 69. And for now, we have no cars on the track, but a few cars outside the track. So if nobody's joined now, I believe are going to have a few minutes to get rid of the cars. But as I'm going to the Formula Student book, I believe that there are no more combustion cars, so they are I think they are pretty sure which places they are going to have, because Kurs has finished first, FS Tool Racing has finished second. There are two cars that finished at all, so Václav Kosnar has finished as a second driver in Liberec. I'm waiting for driver for the Budapest car.
It also just another thing I want to point out. It looks like the FSP officials have changed the track condition to officially dry now, which I will agree with them. It does look quite dry out there right now. So hopefully, like we said before, the racing line will be adjusted and we'll start to see quite a bit faster times. Also looks like the Budapest driver the second driver is now strapped in, and hopefully they can get started here.
And they are going to have the best conditions possibly they could have, because there are no more cars at the track for first reason to have the best car, the best conditions. The second one, the track is going to be much warmer, and the conditions are still being better and better since lap to lap.
Yeah, also, just talking about the track conditions, looking at the commentary box, it looks like there's a few clouds coming our way, so we might have some interesting weather in the afternoon.
Just for the electric vehicles, and they really don't want to have water on the track and on the car, so it is going to be very interesting.
Yeah, I know a lot of the electric cars have pretty complicated and complex traction control systems, some of them even doing complete tire model solving on board, so it will be interesting to see if there's a wet condition, how they deal with the traction issues.
And the cars, I thought it stalled for 1 second, but still they managed to start the car up and jump the track.
Looks like the driver is quite excited to get out there in the nice conditions. So.
Cowabunga. Yeah, I really like this sign of the pinky and the thumb going on and waving. So I get the humor, and let's watch the last 9 laps of combustion vehicles here at Autodrome Slomchin. And the Budapest team is heading for the win this weekend. Let's remind that they have the fastest lap here with 1 minute and 9 seconds, 7 seconds even. So they are better and better.
Yeah, just on the endurance event, like I said before, this is also a completion of the endurance, amount of time it takes to finish the endurance, and also the fuel event. However, with the fuel event, you do have to have a specific amount of fuel in there so they are able to accurately measure your efficiency score. So it will still have an effect in the post-technical inspection.
And there is Szablok's Mesharos. Going through the little chicane from Counts. And this is Coast Prague Formula Racing at the now leaders. So they believe they are second in the worst way of what could happen to them. And Zuzia is with them.
I'm here with the Cools team, guys. Fastest time today, the first ones to finish the endurance 5 minutes before your competitors. How are you feeling?
Great.
Yeah? So word of man of a one word. How was the condition? I know the track is now officially dry, right?
Good.
Yeah? Maybe a few more words?
It's really, really slippery, but it's better than if it's bad.
Okay, how did it feel going? Because you still had some wet spots on the track, right?
Yeah, but you can choose the line around them. And
Around them. Okay, you guys also managed to fix your car from yesterday to today. Now finishing first, how does it make you feel?
Really great.
Yeah. Very, very short and very sweet interview. Well, congratulations, guys. Hopefully see you today on the podium. Any words you want to say to our viewers?
I love motorsport.
And thanks to all of the team.
Okay, well, thank you so
for
much.
cheering on us.
Yeah, of course. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, it looks like they're quite happy about their finish there. And like we were saying, this is worth quite a lot for the team as far as the points overall. So finishing the endurance event and then we're getting the dry conditions from the marshals now. It looks like the fuel event and the endurance event are worth quite a bit. So it does mean quite a bit for these teams to finish this event.
And what is important for them in the worst result they could have, if the scrutineering goes well, they are going to be only second, so it's a really, really good result for them. And they still have chances to be the first team after the this endurance event. But now I'm looking for the car from Budapest, and it's slowing down. It's not a good picture for now. Especially that we know that they were really fast, but now they are switching back to the full speed. Last lap was pretty slow, 1 minute 17 seconds. But let's remember that they were slowing down for a bit, for a quarter of their lap, maybe even.
I think also, since this is a bit of a higher speed track with more cornering, that fuel might actually be an issue. So in Formula Student, the fuel sloshing in the fuel tank, even if you have fuel in your tank, your pickup for your fuel won't be able to work properly and get fuel to the car. So it might seem like it's empty, so your calculations of, yes, we have enough fuel to finish the race might be okay, but if your pickup is not able to pick up that fuel, then it might seem like you have no fuel. So hopefully that's not the case with this car, but I have seen in previous events where cars have had fuel and they just had issues with picking up that fuel.
And moreover, the autonomous suspension layout is very, very flat. So without the change of up or downhill directions, there is no even possibility to go to the pump or even to change their level on the fuel tank. So it's still only working of the forces working from left to right during cornering, but nothing else.
Yeah, that's right. Especially in the chicanes, like the track chicanes and also the very tight box chicanes. You can see the drivers working quite hard with the steering wheel just to get around those sharp turns. So you get quite a lot of fuel sloshing there.
And what is really interesting that not only on the after the first hairpin, but as well after the second hairpin, those little chicanes are profiled in that way to push the driver to the inside of hairpin, not the outside, to make a wider corner, to make it from outside to inside to outside, but at the inside just from the start. So they need to really, really push their steering wheel really, really hard and start turning really narrow.
Yeah, it's really critical to get the timing of the chicanes, because if you get one off, you hit one cone, and then you'll hit even more cones by the time you get to the end of the chicane, which would be quite a disaster. But luckily, we haven't seen any team do that yet, so hopefully it stays that way.
Szablocks Mesharos is at the track for now. The only car, only driver, and everything it depends on him. if the car from Budapest could win on the dry conditions, the best conditions they had.
Yeah, it definitely looks like it warmed up quite a bit from this morning, and it does look like we have a little bit more wind picking up here from, it looks like it's going across the track, so in the hairpins there'll be a little bit of a tailwind, which hopefully won't throw the balance off a little bit.
As well as this big rear wing, if it take a big amount of wind, it is going to be maybe a little bit hard to drive the car properly, not to have some problems with wind directions. If the rear wing is looking like the car could fly and just going up the track.
Yeah, I definitely think when you're doing really, really sharp turns, you do not want a tailwind pushing you because it will offset the balance of the car, which is quite critical to the cornering stability of it. So.
Looking for the only car that is driving for a victory. Only 2 laps to go. They are at 16th lap with a pretty good pace. With the pace in similar time that Kulsprak has made. Better time than Technical University from Liberec for sure. 3 seconds better than their best lap from the last lap from the car from Budapest. So I believe that for sure they are going to be second if they finished their endurance competition, but it's a big possibility that they are going to be first as well. Now 1 second faster, 1 minute and 10 seconds.
Yeah, it definitely looks like they're putting in some pretty good consistent laps with the track being quite empty with nice clean air and with it drying up. So yeah, I think those are some of the tightest chicanes there. It's actually 4 chicanes in that, so you can definitely see the driver sawing away at the wheel getting around that without hitting any cones.
And as I'm looking on the track, I think they are slowing down a bit, just to know the fuel is going to be just right for this run. It's not as fast as it was on the previous laps. Yeah, 2 seconds slower. And this is the last lap for them and the last lap for combustion vehicles. So if you want to hear some roaring, it is the last time you can hear it in the air just on the Autodrome Slomchin.
Yeah, this year definitely it's good to see some combustion cars, but definitely the EV classes are starting to become more and more popular, especially in the other competitions. So.
And I think we are free to say that Budapest car is going for a win because they have a 2-minute advantage on Kulsprak and the last lap to complete. So it's a big opportunity for them and possibility to win this endurance event. On your screens, the car that are going to take the victory here. For all the students from Budapest, are you ready for welcoming your car back in the pits? Your car is nearly at the victory lane, and the lane with checkered flag with the best time possible. And let's see if it is going to win.
Nice, yeah, that's really big for that team.
25 minutes and 7 seconds, sorry, not 50 seconds, but 38 seconds faster than the team from Prague. So they are the winners. Winners from BME Motorsport, 25 minutes and 7 seconds. Then it's Kulsprak Formula Team, 25 minutes and 55 seconds. And FS Tool Racing with 31 minutes and 9 seconds, but the time is going to be confirmed after those waiting zone for the WUT. And WUT managed to made 15 laps with Turbo Motorsport with 6 laps, and this pink cute car from Riga with 5 laps. And still it's a good weekend for them, because as I remember what was happening last year for the car from Riga, it's still a good result, and let's hope that next years they are going to improve and being better and better.
Yeah, I think it's this endurance event is definitely one of the most difficult events to get right. See a lot of teams struggling and like overall in other competitions. So just completing this endurance event is actually really, really big and really, really important for also your ranking in the competition, but also rankings globally. It looks like the 182 car is going through pre-scrutineering. So with that bar, they're going to be checking the ride heights to make sure that they meet the minimum.
Now changing the height. Why it is so important to have?
Yes. So
And that
the
concludes
minimum
the-
ride height is quite important, because if you're able to run really low to the ground, you can get a little bit more aerodynamic performance. But also, if you run too low to the ground, you might actually scrape and damage the car. So they're looking for those two things. So yeah, it looks like they're in the diffuser now, just checking that rear section. It looks like they're good so far.
This is the simplest way to check it with this metal stuff.
Yeah, you really want a long stick like that, because you want to take the factor out of the undulations in the ground too. And also, just another detail, they test it with the driver that was racing in the car. So say your second driver is heavier and it makes you not meet the minimum height, that will still be a disqualification. So making sure that the setup is for the two drivers perfect for the minimum ride height is really important. It looks like they passed the ride height check, so they're headed into the other scrutiny area.
And I see that Zuzia is still waiting for the team. Now the car is pushed to the park to park in the parking zone. Maybe
And
with
that
Park
concludes the
Fermé
endurance for today.
regulations.
We
And
had
there's
3
Zuzia.
teams finish, as you can see behind me. What an amazing performance we saw from them. We have the electric vehicles category starting at 11. So we will be with you back for that. But before we go to it, today we have the endurance day. And over the week we asked the teams, what is one word to describe endurance? And let's see what they replied to us. What's one word to describe endurance?
Exhaustion.
Tricky.
Stamina.
Stressful.
Then hard.
Tears, but of joy.
Winning, I guess.
Exhausting.
Long.
Super sweaty.
Long. Kubika.
Emotional.
Survival.
Hard.
Long. A lot of laps.
We love.
Hazardous, yes. Hazardous.
I love being there with the teams in the paddock and asking them what are they feeling and learning all about their cars, their achievements. But Formula Student Poland wouldn't be able to happen without our sponsors. They are the ones who fund us, who help us build this incredible place that we have here. And we asked them a few questions to tell us about their companies, what are they doing and how can the students get involved, because that's really important, that the students can meet the real people who work in the real work and ask them anything they want and engage with the companies. So let's hear from them. So we're here today at Radio Technika Marketing tent. They're one of the main sponsors of Formula Student Poland 2025 for the 3rd time, and from the very beginning. We're so glad to have you. I wanted to ask, could you tell us all about the company?
Yeah, sure. So first of all, be here once again.
So we're here today at Radio Technika Marketing tent. They're one of the main sponsors of Formula Student Poland 2025 for the third time, and from the very beginning. We're so glad to have you. I wanted to ask, could you tell us all about the company?
Yeah, sure. So first of all, it's a pleasure for us to be here once again. It's, as you said, it's our third time. We're a proud sponsor of Formula Student Poland since the very beginning. So it's a pleasure for us. Radio Technika Marketing is a Polish engineering company, a manufacturer of systems and components mostly for the defense industry. So probably I think every Polish military platform or vehicle has something which Radio Technika did. So yeah, so we are specialized in power supply systems. However, we also sell wiring harnesses, fiber optical technologies, auxiliary power units, and electromagnetic compatibility filters. We have our own laboratory. So basically, we're Polish engineering company.
And what are some of the newest things that you guys invented or have done recently?
Oh, actually we have a new product which is a hybrid power solution. It can be used in large vehicles, or it can be used in UAVs as well. So many different ways you can use this, and it's a hybrid system, so it has an electric motor as well as the combustion. It gives a lot of power. It's very safe and very efficient, so it's actually something that was never on the market. So pretty new thing. We hope to find a customer for that product soon and start selling it, because it's very innovative piece of engineering.
Okay, that sounds really cool. And I know all of you guys who are here are also coming from Formula Student teams. Is that right?
Oh yes, we do. That's why we're here. That's why we enjoy being here so much, because we all have been there. We all know your problems. We all know how it tastes to win something on the track. So it's a pleasure to look at you, how you guys are competing against each other and how are developing. So yeah, good to be back after those years. And the best part is that you can't get too old to come here when you come here as a sponsor, because you can no longer be a team member, but you can't get too old to get
to see everything
Yes,
else.
exactly.
And so there's a lot of students here who can also become part of your company, right? What opportunities can they find?
Our company has a big research and development department. It's more than 60 engineers who are employed, and they all specialize in different fields. So we have mechanical engineers, wiring harness engineers, of some people who are responsible for electronics, for example, so many different fields. We also have our own EMC laboratory, so many different things you can do in our company if you have an engineering background. We're currently recruiting, so if you wish, you can come to our stand and ask about the job opportunities. We are located very, very close to Wrocław, like 5 kilometers from Wrocław, and Wrocław is a very nice place to live. So yeah, and our company, as you can see, we are funny.
You guys are the best.
So it's very fun also every day in the company as well.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, and we encourage everyone to come by the Radio Technika Marketing
And
stand.
get some nice gadgets.
Oh yeah, of course. The best. How many people are there in your team?
For over 40.
23.
28 here at the race.
80.
We have 29 people in here, but normally we have like 50 and 55 people in our country.
Okay.
40, 50?
67. Around 67 it's now.
70? 60? 70. We have currently 40 members, 40 to 50 members.
118.
Too much.
63.
80.
40?
Yeah.
Okay.
40.
Now 40.
Around 60.
And how many people are there in Radio Technika?
Right now, 450.
We're here today at Mesco Tent, one of the sponsors of Formula Student Poland 2025. We're very glad to have you. And I wanted to ask, could you explain to us what does Mesco do and what solutions do you provide?
Okay, Mesco is a Polish distributor of ANSYS. It's the biggest company delivering software for simulations worldwide. So we are more than 30 years on the market. We are the biggest supplier, so we have quite big experience in supporting our customer, deliver the technology, implementing the technology. It's important to get the proper implementation into the process. So we are present on universities, so we try to deliver the know-how and show the software so the students can use it. And we support also our commercial customers.
Okay, and how does Mesco support the students or Formula student on the event and also during the year once they're preparing the car?
It's part of a bigger, let's say, initiative because we start on the university, so we try to secure the ANSYS training on the standard, let's say, curriculum. So we have plenty of our friends from university who teach ANSYS, so students can start with standard trainings. Then we deliver webinars and seminars for our academic customers. And we also visit our customers with special events. And after that, we also support several teams. We deliver software, we deliver training support for them. Even here, there are two colleagues who are on the booth and they can support, they can answer some questions. We deliver trainings free of charge for our teams and anyone who is interested. And then we try to transfer the know-how to make some hints how to do something, how to do things better. If there are some new tips and tricks which can help, we try to transfer to our students.
And can you tell me what are the advantages of using analysis and doing the simulations for Formula students teams when they're running on low budgets and very little time often?
Yes, is well said. It is something which is connected with commercial because students, they got limited budget, it's once limited time and limited resources. So that 3 points are pushing to find the solution which brings you efficient solution in quite short time. And without simulation, the method trial error is very expensive and very long. So it's not giving you a chance to get better product. So from the student in perspective, if you start even from the scratch, even with this, I don't know, first idea, rough concept, when you use simulation, when you use optimization, because it's important not to do just the simulation at the very end, but on the very beginning, on the concept phase, then you can easily try to find the best solution. Then the first model which you prepare would be the best suited, not just you build it and then test it, and on the test end you figure out that something is wrong, something is not working, something is bad, or the rings are not generating proper force. So you can very easily optimize your product in very short time. When you use it, you really get better position on the start. So that's the one of the biggest advantage. Also, during the process, when you learn it, we have many customers, commercial customers, who are looking for people who knows the software, they can do the simulations. So it's a very big advantage in front of the future employee. And also, if someone would like to have some good idea, would like to make some better products or services to other customers, they can start with startup program, for example. So it's something which is supported by ANSYS as well. So as you can see, it's a whole bunch of process which you can get from that you use ANSYS as a simulation tool for designing Formula Student car.
Do you think simulation is the future and there is a lot potential in it?
Yes, it is. As you can see, because we are now first year, third time on the Formula Student, so I can see the progress of the car. So at some point, you are not able to make better designs not using simulation. So the threshold is much higher. So I cannot imagine that you can do good car which will win without using simulation. It's no longer possible. I was even in Ferrari Museum in Maranello, and I was able to see the car from every year, how it developed. So at some point, at the very beginning, it was like this car here. I was surprised that it was so simple, I would say. But this car from today, it's completely different planet. So without simulation, it's not possible.
Okay, well, thank you so much. And we encourage everyone to come by the Mesco stand to ask some questions or go to your specialists and ask them even more questions about the simulations themselves.
Okay, and if there are some student teams would like to try the simulation, do something, please contact us. On NSYS, there is a special training portal. It's called NSYS Innovation Space, where are special designed for Formula student trainings. So you can easily start, get an access to the software, get an access to our support, to trainings, and then go and win the championships.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
And how old is your team?
Almost 15 years old.
14. 11 years, so.
This is our 7th season, so 7 years.
6 years.
18 years. 15 years now.
19. Next year we are like 20 years old.
3 years.
13 years old.
3 years.
Our team is 15 years old.
13 years old.
22 years old. It's 10th year of the team.
11 years old.
How old is Radiotechnica?
Radiotechnica on the as a private company is more than 35 years.
How many cars have you had?
It's the third one. One.
Third car?
It's our sixth car.
7.
7.
This is our 7th car.
We had 9.
10.
10.
11 cars, so 9 combustion and 2 electric, yes.
3 electric and 8 combustion. 12.
Since the beginning of our team, 15, 10 combustion and 5 electric cars.
Like
19.
19, yeah.
19.
Which competition is it for you this year?
It's my third competition this year.
We went to FS Czech, then to FS Alpe Adria, and this is our last competition here.
So 3.
Yeah, so 3 competitions, yes.
Perfect.
For me, it's the third one, but for the car, it's the fourth.
Okay.
So
cool.
we've been to Netherlands, Spain, Germany, and now Poland.
This is our last competition. It's third. We were at FS Czech, then FS Alpe Adria, and now we are here.
As a second.
It's the third one.
Third one. Where have you been before?
We have been to FS Netherlands and then FS Austria. Sadly, FS East was cancelled, but we are also here now.
Mine, it's second. But by the team, fourth. The fourth, the last one.
One before.
It's our second one. Yeah.
Okay, where have you been before?
We've been to Croatia already, and we're going to Italy the week after, yes.
It's our fourth competition this year.
Okay.
The third competition.
Where have you been before?
FS Austria and FSG. This year, this is the second competition.
Where have you been before?
FS Czech.
And which competition is it for you this year?
It is the second one.
Where have you been before?
We've been to Germany.
As a sponsor,
Yes.
it's the second one. But if we think about it as a team member, yes. So if we connect this, it would be 13.
What's your favorite part about the car?
The engine.
Seat?
Wings, aerodynamics.
It's the hybrid system.
I think the color. I like the color purple.
For me, the aerodynamics.
Probably an inventor. He's a good guy.
The upright.
The front wing. I think the new aerodynamic system that we have.
The mounting. The mountings of the aerodynamic parts. My favorite.
Front wing.
Driver.
The accumulator, because I built one.
Okay.
The aerodynamics.
Steering wheel.
Definitely exhaust.
The wheels, obviously.
What's your favorite part of the car?
For me, it is wiring harness.
Why?
Because when I was in the team, in PWR racing team in Wrocław, my part was wiring harnesses, and I find connectors and harnesses sexy. So.
Okay. If your car had a name, what would it be?
There is a certain Polish word that describes our car perfectly. It's maciora.
Tabor na kółkach. Oh, it has a name.
What is it?
It's honey badger.
It will be Sydney.
Our car actually have a name, and it's Şirince, and it's one of the historical place in Turkey, Izmir.
It has one, Pegasus.
It has a name, actually. It's Dragon.
Fimo.
So we have an internal name, and it's Ślimak.
An agent, I think.
Czarek.
Our car has a name and it is Sonia.
Part of the team says it's Nemo, and part of the team says it's Grzegorz.
Eliza.
It's Magdalena.
It is Malta.
If Radio Technica had a different name, what would it be?
Radio Technica RM, but if you would make a car, it probably we would call the Sally, because it's Sally, yeah, from the cars, because it's also blue.
Hello everyone and welcome from Autodrom Słomczyn. Today we are going live from Formula Students Poland. They are first, they are the fastest and they are the loudest.
The name for Formula One came because the teams, the motorsport companies, they were looking for the best formula, the recipe to create the car number one, right? The best car. And this is what these incredible minds, innovators and students, engineers are doing here. They're building cars day after day, night after night.
Student teams from around the world build their own designs of racing cars, which they race on the track. But to participate in these dynamic competitions, they must pass rigorous stages of technical inspection. And what is most valuable to them is feedback. Did they do what they did well? Does it even make sense from the perspective of how the industry perceives it?
I cannot imagine how incredible it feels for them to have been working years on a car and then see it on the track actually running. So I think the emotions today are going to be running super high.
These students had an absolutely incredible blast being able to finally end the season with a truly fantastic performance, and they really showed off on that track. On one hand, there was the competition regarding times, but we also saw that they were really enjoying themselves in terms of the overall execution.
Make your dreams come true in motorsport. Formula Student Poland, where the future of motorsport is born.
Welcome back after the break. Welcome back after the break. For the second part of endurance today, we have the first car PRZ racing team already on the track starting the EV category. So we're gonna head back to Tom and Maciek for the commentary of the live stream.
Thanks, Susanna. Yeah, so it looks like the PRZ guys are on track right now doing their first couple of laps on a extremely dry track. So hopefully we maintain that for the rest of the afternoon and get some really good times.
They shall be second here. The road arrow was expecting to be first, but still they didn't appear at the starting grid. So we have started with PRZ Racing, and this is the first lap completed by them.
So just as a difference between the combustion, let's go over some of the main differences. So the first thing you can notice between an EV car versus the combustion car is definitely the noise. You can definitely hear the difference. It's significantly quieter. There's a few differences between the EV cars, so hopefully you can hear the difference of the different configurations. For this car, they also have T-cell, they call it, which is the little flashing light at the top of the roll hoop. So that's signifying the status of the car. So red means blinking, means armed, and green is meaning you can touch the car. So these cars are quite high voltage, so being safe and making sure that the cars are safe for the marshals and the drivers and everybody to handle is pretty important. So that's why it's right in the center there. Yeah.
Now at the middle of the second lap, going towards the big pen just after the chicane. Speaking about the changes and differences between combustion vehicles and electric vehicles, as you said, the noise is the main differences between them, but as well the car weight and distribution of the weight and the power, because some of them have 100 times more. 100, maybe not the 100, but 50 times or 20 times for sure. So it's a big amount of power to a little and a very, very light car. For example, car from Białystok had 60 newton meters of torque, while a car from WOB Racing from Germany had 1,444. So this is a very, very impressive number.
Yeah, you can definitely see that with the need for more advanced traction control systems. So some of these cars are even running live traction control systems where they model what each of the tire inputs are doing and applying torque individually. So with some of the configurations, they have hub motors, which means you have a motor in the actual wheel, which looks like PRZ does. You can see that by the caution symbols on the inboard side of their wheels there. You can also have a single motor, which is attached to a chain driven, which is more conventional and similar to what the combustion cars are running. And also you can have I think one of the teams is running a gear drive. So based on the noise, I'm sure you can tell which one is which. So hopefully you enjoy the sounds. A little bit quieter than the CV though.
And all those things, as you said, like Formula One or some futuristic solutions from the people that are still being late for their lessons and playing flunky after their studies. So those people are still young, those people are still in the most beautiful part of their life, maybe, and still they are managing to make such an incredible things. The technology that is from Formula One or somewhere else on that is a future of racing, and this future is still ahead of us. But the first step to this future is here at Autodrome Slamchin.
Yeah, I mean, these students are working on some cutting-edge control systems, so even at before they even start their careers, it's pretty impressive what some of the teams came up with. So hopefully we'll see the fruits of their labor and the performance on the track out there.
Speaking about what is going on at the track, we have the second car as well. It's in 25, and it's a road arrow, so they appeared at the track. Car from University of Belgrade. But now we are still with the car from Rzeszów.
Looks like they're about halfway with their first driver here. Oh, there they go. With the red arrows putting in their first lap, so you can hear the teams cheering. They were having some issues yesterday, so they got past Tech yesterday, so it's good to see them out on track and taking part in the endurance event, which is, again, worth quite a lot of points.
Yes, we checked that before we came back live to the electrical vehicles. We have 325 points for the endurance, which is with the efficiency test, the 100 points, nearly to half of points from all of the competition throughout all the week. So 42.5% combined together from just half an hour racing, making laps one by one. After 18 laps, they could really grab some big amount of points.
Yeah, this is a really important event for the teams to get through, so finishing is always a big impact.
As we say in Poland, and this is some motivational text for road arrow. In Poland, we used to say there is no. This is not important how you started. This is more important how you end it. So let's keep our fingers crossed for all the teams, just to finish. The finishing is the most important thing. Here, after the end of the endurance, you need to be at the finish line, no matter what, no matter how, no matter at what time. If you want some points for finishing, you need to be at the finish line. And road arrow is no much slower than PRZ Racing. 1 second difference between their times. And let's remember that car from Rzeszów is at the track since 5 laps, so 5 laps. So they can manage the tire temperature and getting known with the track, while road arrow is still learning it. And just after 2 laps, they are in the similar pace to University from Rzeszów.
Yeah, just commenting again about you talking about pace. It looks like the conditions. It looks like the Red Arrow team. Looks like they stopped on track.
They stopped on the inside of the exit from the big pen, and they cannot move for now. So that was a very optimistic run for them. Those 2 laps were pretty impressive, but they need to make the 18. They didn't manage to do it. Just after 2 laps, they have stopped on the inside near the exit of the big pen, heading to the big chicane.
It's going to be a little bit unfortunate for the PRZ team as well, because with the yellow flag, they're going to have to slow down to allow the marshals to get that car out of the way. So as you can see there, he slowed down a little bit, and it looks like they're back up to speed. Looks like the marshals are waiting to see if the car is safe to handle. Again, with the high voltage cars, these cars are quite dangerous unless we know the status. So making sure that we know what's going on before they get handled is important.
And thus PRZ Racing car has to slow down in one of the corners. We can see that the last lap time was even 6-7 seconds slower than the best lap. So it is a big amount of wasted time here, while the Serbian car is still under the marshal's help.
Definitely looks like the, I was talking about before the car stopped about the track conditions. It looks like the wind is starting to pick up, and it did change direction, and we are starting to see quite a bit more clouds. So if we do start to see some rain, it might start to get quite interesting in the end here. Oh, it looks like, okay, it looks like the PRZ team just passed. Yeah, like I was saying, if it starts raining, then it might get a little interesting because of the advanced tractive systems these cars have. You might see how well the teams implemented it and see how well they can handle in the wet.
The weather broadcast showed us that the rain should start somewhere between 4 p.m. to 9 p.m., but still everything could change in a minute, and we can have rain even in this session, even though it is going to end nearby or the most late hour that we should end it. It's going to be 2 p.m., but still everything could change if the wind will get much heavier and the clouds are going to reach the sky just above the Autodrome Slomchin layout. Then we would going to watch a very, very interesting play and performance through the actors, that is the weather and the drivers.
It looks like they got the Red Arrows car off the track, so it looks like they're able to go through that sector now fully green. And they should be coming up to their driver change here soon.
Yeah, for now we are seeing the checkered flag. So this is the first part completed by the PRZ Racing with the time of 12 minutes. And what is interesting, that is just a half of time what team from Prague did, because they did 25 minutes 55 seconds, and the team that won combustion engines from Budapest made 25 seconds exactly. So after half time, their lap times is no better, but the half time is pretty good. So they have better consistency, and their pace is really, really nice with the same lap times each lap.
Yeah, you can see there on the screen that there's a green light on their roll hoop, which means the car is safe to handle with the high voltage system. So they're able to do their driver change safely here, and I think the scrutineers are checking a few other things before they go. But their second driver is in their car, and they're just doing the straps in right now. Seeing car number 15 getting ready to go for their first few laps.
And it's University of Paderborn. Yesterday with some problems since first run, but after that they were pretty good.
First lap.
And the car from Paderborn is looking like starting not too fast.
And just checking on the world rankings, the University of Paderborn, their EV team is currently 75th in the world ranking. So I'm sure they're here to increase that climb up to the top.
Yeah.
So
what about the ranking? Is it combined combustion engines with electrical ones, or this is the separate two classifications?
So they do separate electric to combustion. So they keep it a bit fair because lap times and different things are scored differently, just the nature of the powertrain system and how the car is laid out. So they do separate them.
And there is green flag for another car in 84. This is car from Campus Motorsport Hanover University of Applied Sciences and Arts. So for now we are We can see 2 cars at the track, and we're still waiting for the third one to the driver's swap. Then car from Rzeszów would appear at the track, and there are going to be 3 cars, and this is happening now. The driver's swap is complete.
Looks like the PRZ team's heading out there. It looks like they are okay with all their things for the driver change, so it looks like they're going to be released into a clear track as well.
Starting really calmly, without any dangerous moves, just make sure that all the systems are working.
You can definitely hear the difference in the powertrain right now. I don't know. When they're driving past you can hear quite definitive sounds. So it's quite interesting to see their difference in performances.
What is interesting for me in seeing that big chicane before the chicane from cones, that the inside line is pushed towards the next corner, so it's a much tighter corner with a bigger angle that normally is for karting racers here in Slomczyn. That's why the drivers cannot lead the racing line, which is marked at the track by the most cars riding here most of the year. Here in Notre Dame Slomczyn we have 3 rounds of karting championship, 2 racing series, Rotax and Rock, and the national championship, which is the combined series, not for this year, but last year we have combined Rock and Rotax racers at the one weekend.
Those are all 125cc tag carts, right? Yeah.
The biggest category is one. I want to say it's 8th part of the 10 of this 100, like 12.5 centiliters. And Zuzia is ready for some guests. Zuzia, who is with you?
Kto wchodzi? Zuzia wchodzi. Może?
So I'm here with the PRZ Racing Team first driver, first one in the EV category to complete the halfway. How was it for you today?
It was a pleasant surprise from yesterday. The track was much less slippery. Conditions were good. It was warm. The tires were warm. Yeah, it was much better than we expected. Like rather from the morning, from the morning breeze.
And how does this track compare to other tracks that you guys driven on this summer?
Yeah, so this track is particularly fast, so it's really a power track. Our car lacks a bit of power compared to our competitors, but it catches up in the corners, so today we focused on that, and yeah, hope we finish the endurance, and to first win you have to first finish, so we count on that.
Okay, do you manage the battery somehow during the run?
Well, this year we don't really have to focus as much as for battery consumption, but more to temperatures of the motors, the inverters, and the battery itself. So it was more of a race to watch the temperatures and not to overheat anything.
Did you switch any settings while you were on the track today?
Yeah, so we have a power increase delivery system.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I used it a couple of times during the exits of the corners, and yeah, during some tricky situations. But apart from that, we pretty much have a set settings.
We also saw that there was 2 times yellow flag that you were going around the car. Is this a stressful situation? Do you have to manage somehow? How do you think about it?
Yeah, so the first yellow flag I saw much more earlier, and I saw the car on the right side of me, so I was pretty confident of what is happening. I just had to slow down. It was also a nice long stretch, so I could cool down the motors and the inverters, so it was pretty much okay.
Okay, well, thank you so much. I won't take up any of your time to see your team on the track.
Yeah.
And we're going to head back to the commentators.
For now, the fastest car at the track is Campus Motorsport in 81st. So this is the team from Hanover, and on our screens are still those masterpieces when the car from Paderborn is now switching from left to right on the SS and now heading to the Shire corner. And I'm still hearing that horn some near the commentary box, just as last year when we heard Borat all the time. Now this horn is still playing. Going nice and smooth throughout the chicanes, heading to the pen. Starting from the place that looks like a roundabout. And three parts of this big pen heading to the chicane, and now chicane from cones. And the last right with the bus stop here. Switching to the left and back into the right, heading to the first right corner with the little past chicane, going to the real sharpened corner, starting the SS, and it's looking like we are going to have a full lap from this view with the car from Paderborn going to the first hairpin, which name is Shire, heading to the second and entering the karting layout with additional chicane and hairpin number 3 heading to the big pen from roundabout to longer extension.
You can definitely see the driver working quite hard, as with the other cars, to get through those chicanes pretty tight. And then again, the fastest lap so far is the Hanover University with 1 minute 13 seconds, .886.
After that lap, the car from Paderborn has improved their best lap time. It's 1 minute 13 seconds and .616.
Yeah, they just dropped quite a bit of time, so it looks like they're picking up some pace, which is quite good.
Now they need to know if there is still enough power to reach the checkered flag, but still they are only 3 laps to go.
Yeah, now that you mention it, with electric cars, if you kind of think about it, it's a lot harder to adapt for all the different events these cars are taking. It's not like a combustion car where you can make a slightly larger fuel tank or fill it higher or lower between the competitions, where here you make your accumulator and you're stuck with whatever range you have. So it's really important for these teams to make sure that they have enough range to complete the entire event.
Because even if their car, for example, is the most powerful car in the grid, but the battery couldn't last longer than any others, they need to slow down, not even a bit, but much slower just to complete all the endurance event. And still, this is a half an hour challenge, so they need to have a big range and still manage to make some kind of decision. Is it going to be fast or is it going to be complete? And
Yeah.
the second one is much more important.
Yeah, these cars are pretty light, so really managing how much weight and range you have is really important. It's similar to Formula E. If anybody watches Formula E, they have their percentages of total power, and teams are usually ending at 1% or almost 0%.
Just as Pascarvella in one of the races, maybe in Mexico, when he slowed down just in front of the finish line, and I don't know if he won or somebody overtook him and grabbed the win just a few meters before the race has ended because of the little amount of power in the next car, and this is the similar situation as you said.
Yeah, so also these cars are drawing different amounts of power at each race. So Formula Student does specify the total distance, but since this track is a little bit quicker and has quite a bit of chicanes, it might have a bit more power draw, where some other tracks might not have the same conditions. So really giving a full range of understanding for the range is pretty important.
And now we are heading for a driver swap for the University of Paderborn. They completed 9 laps, and the another car to complete their first change is University of Hanover. What a small racing wheel! I haven't seen just a small wheel in my entire life, I think.
I spoke with them earlier, and they do all the layup and design and everything in-house. So it's pretty impressive that these engineering students are putting together some pretty complicated electrical systems and race car systems. So.
Yeah, and how about the building of the battery? There are still like those little accumulators of, just like in real racing cars and road cars. How did they manage to do that? Accumulators and batteries.
Yeah, so accumulators can be made of multiple different types of cells. Two of the most common types are prism cells, which are more of like the flat pack style, which you see in drones or like small appliances. And then also they have cylindrical cells, which are similar to laptop batteries, essentially. So the different form factors give different advantages. So teams will choose which one they want to use, and they assemble all their packs. And since this is not a part you can just buy off the shelf as far as the total accumulators, the teams have to do all the high voltage design and assembly themselves, so it's quite a lot.
And we are hearing the cheering of the Rzeszowian audience, because this is the first car to complete this endurance challenge. PRZ Racing has ended now, finished with the time 27 minutes and 41 seconds. And as I can see in the lap timing, their fastest lap was from the previous lap, 1 minute 14 seconds and 0.403, and this is a good pace for them because they were something in between 1 minute 16 seconds, 1 minute 70 seconds overall. Just lap after lap, and the best lap for the last run on the track. So it's a pretty good result for them.
Yeah, I think going back to the total energy usage, it's important to make sure that you have fairly consistent laps between both drivers, just so it makes the energy utilization as understandable as possible.
Just like in Formula E, this is not about who is racing the fastest, but who is racing the most clever way. Just to know where there is a good moment for using all the power, or where is the good moment just to save, just to make it more smoothly, more efficiently. Just to know if the car is in the best condition for now, for conditions that are in this moment, like heading up in the queue after the competitors. And same as here, maybe they are not overtaking each other in the real race, but still they need to manage if the tire temperature is okay, if they are going to lower the temperatures even of all those parts inside the car.
Yeah, definitely. Just want to make a comment on this. The E47 car pulling its first lap now, so looking pretty good. The Paderborn car actually has active aero, which is why you can hear that fan going past. So they do have a fan that is pulling quite a bit of air. That's why you can kind of hear it. But yeah, the cooling aspect of the accumulator is quite important with these cars, especially with the amount of power they're drawing just to drive quite quickly. So. Yeah.
And this fan is vacuuming the car into the ground, or what does it do exactly?
I would have to talk to them after this race to get a better understanding, but I do know they have quite a powerful fan on their car, which is why you can hear it over all the other EV cars. So I'll have to get back to that.
This is interesting because we know that the car need to have optimal ride height. Like it's cannot be too low, but still have to be competitive on the track and going through the scrutineering tests. But overall, if the fan is really gluing car to the racetrack, it is very helpful. And as I was speaking with Philip yesterday, I heard that in Germany, maybe car with fans are banned for now. So.
Yeah, they actually specified the max RPM because the year before there were a lot of teams having quite aggressive active aero. As you can imagine, active aero, if you don't know, is essentially fans that are pulling air from under the car, building low pressure and sucking it to the ground. And you essentially have full downforce or very high downforce even at a stationary or low speed position, which is quite advantageous, especially in some of the chicanes we're seeing some of the cars go through right now. For total tire loading.
Just like in the Formula One in the 80s, I believe, when one of the teams built a car with the fan and it blown the whole strategy of all other drivers just winning the first race, and just after this one race, the fans was banned. So for a racing team, for a Formula student car, is a big opportunity to get some knowledge even from the aerodynamics specifically, to learn how it works and trying it out in their own car, but as well to make some good results. If it's not banned, why shouldn't use that?
Yeah, exactly.
Once again, we are driving with car from Paderborn, and another car is heading towards the track. It's a car from Brno. Heading back to the car from Paderborn, and the car number E37 is a car from Silesian University of Technology, Paul SL Racing. 120 kilowatts of power, 800 Newton meters of torque.
Yeah, that's quite a lot of torque considering I think Volkswagen did a TDI V12 with only 1,000. Only.
My VR5 Volkswagen had 245 Newton meters of torque with 5 or 6 times more weight. So, but still, even the car from Silesia is kind of heavy. It's nearly to 300 kilograms, and even especially for the EV cars, it's kind of heavy. It's nearly the heaviest car on the grid, but we don't have a Luch racing team because their car is, as somebody told me, upgraded skateboard because they don't have any monocoque or closing parts to the up. Oh no, I lose the word.
Yeah, so essentially the Luch team was actually part of the dev class, which is one of the classes that we have here at FSP. Where they don't have a fully built car, but they're able to still participate in statics.
Mm-hmm.
So when they're trying to build a new team, it's really good to have the idea of how the statics are run and get some advice from the other teams. So they're running in the dev class. So if there's any teams watching and you don't have a team yet at your university, maybe you can take part in the dev class and start some Formula student.
And that's why the team WOB Racing as well as UPB Racing team from Paderborn and from Ostfalia University has big opportunities to, as well as Hanover one, has big opportunities to win this events. They have one of the lightest cars with less than 200 kilograms and with the newtonometers of torque in somewhere between 1,000 to 1,500. So this amount of newtonometers of torque is really, really impressive and making the car very, very fast.
Yeah, just one comment I want to make about this. So the Brno team is actually ranked 46th in the world currently, so they're ranked quite highly. So I'm sure they're definitely coming here for the world ranking, which FSP is now an official competition for.
But for now, they need to manage with University of Paderborn, which is going slightly slowly.
They had a bit of a off course. It looks like they're having a bit of a yawing issue. They're in the blue box. Yeah, they had an off course, or they were running. They missed some of the boxes while we were talking. So interested to see what's going on.
And they have just stopped. Like there is some problem, maybe with the driver. It is looking like driving is asking, how about the tires? Because it looked for a while like it was a puncture, but for now I don't know what is exactly happening.
Yeah, it looks like the marshal is checking the tires to see if there's anything wrong and talking to the driver. With the T-cell still blinking red, so the T-cell went to green.
So they are out of the endurance tryout?
We won't know yet. It's just put in a safety mode right now, so the marshals can touch the car if they need to do further inspection. It looks like the driver is coming out of the Paderborn car, so unfortunately, it doesn't look like they're going to finish the endurance event. It looks like the driver's inspecting the rear left tire.
Since he was exiting the big pen, I thought that there is a puncture and the left rear wheel, and maybe this is correct. What a sudden unfortunate situation for them.
Yeah, so one other thing, you see how that marshal on his left hand has a really thick rubber glove. So that's one of the high voltage protocols when they're touching the car, that they need to use rubber gloves to isolate themselves if they're not 100% sure of what the status is. The Paderborn car did show green on the T-cell before they turned it off. So, look at the angle of the wheel on that car. It looks
yeah,
like
it's not puncture. It's just a problem with the suspension.
Yeah, that has some really positive camber on that rear wheel.
So something is broken here at the parts of the left rear wheel.
That's TU Brno with their last lap being the current fastest lap so far, with a 1 minute 6 seconds .848, which is really quick.
And this is only fourth lap, so if the pace is going to be higher and better, let's see if they can manage to do much better lap times. For yesterday competition, we had one time with less than a minute, 59 seconds for the car from WOB Racing, the team from Australia, University of Applied Sciences.
Also, I've been told that the Hanover car had issues during the driver change, actually, so they DNF'd, unfortunately.
Speaking about the Hanover University, really?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. They're doing pretty good.
I was hoping that they are going to finish, especially while their lap times were pretty impressive. Now their best lap were third on the grid, but I don't know if there are some problems for the TU Brno, while they slowed down a bit after the first chicane. But now heading to the Shaya on our screens as well. They are in race pace once again. But I'm sure that for a few seconds they weren't on the full throttle.
Going quite quick through those chicanes there.
And now with car from Silesia for a short amount of time. Switching back to the Brno car, and it's once again slower.
It looks like the 47 car just came in for their driver change.
Just after 9 laps, the other driver is hopping in. Getting rid of the safety things for their hands, just linked with the car, not to have their arms and hands behind the car while it flipped over. And Adrian Faber is going to take his part.
It looks like this team is also using a hands device, which is another safety thing for their necks, as a support if there's any sort of impact, if any of that happens.
And once again with car from Brno. And this lap looked kind of impressive, especially after the chicanes, really good way.
Yeah, their last lap was a 1:15, and now this lap is back to closer to their best lap pace, which was a 1:08.9. So it looks like they figured something out, or now they're a little bit quicker, and they're back to schedule what their pace was previously.
Strapped to the car, Maxim Vendish, I don't know how to say it correctly, but still, let's believe that after strapping hands to the car, feeling safe in case of flipping or some problems with impacts, now is ready to gamble and ride.
Yeah, so those wrist guards, like you were saying, just to talk about them a little bit, they actually strap to the to the center of the seat belts, and what that does is stops your, I guess, natural reaction to try to catch yourself. For example, when you're falling over, you try to catch yourself with your hands. Those straps are there to hold your hands, so you don't have the similar reaction when you're sitting in a car. Obviously, you can't support the whole car with your hands, so it would hurt quite a bit. So that's why we require them for the competition. So they're getting started, and he's strapped in, and the T-cell is in drive mode.
The thumb is up in the air, so they are ready to gamble, they are ready to roll, they are ready to race. And now car from Silesian University with Maxim Vendish on behind the steering wheel, slowly but with magnificent way heading towards the starting place.
Looks like the Brno car is coming up pretty close to the exits. They're probably going to hold them for a second. And Brno should also be coming up for a driver change here soon. Yep, there we go. They're in for their driver change now as the 47 car gets released.
Really slow start for the car number E37. But let's believe that the pace is going to be better and better after the next corners. Driver need to get known with the track of the full cars of Autodrom Slamchin. side, it's car from Krakow. AGH Racing EV, AGH University of Science and Technology.
You can see there a little glimpse that they have 4 hub motors. So you can see the high voltage orange wires going to their wheels, which signifies that they have 4 hub motors, which allow them to do specific traction control things such as torque vectoring and control power to each of the individual wheels, which has quite a big impact if you do really good software engineering. So we'll see how they perform.
Watching all those things and talking about all this technology that is so high advanced, it still was made by the students that sometimes don't manage to wake up early, and so I think the students are one of the most incredible people in the whole world, with the very, very specific way of lifestyle, and I'm so impressed that they are ready for do such an incredible things, and they're using such incredible and new technology in their really, really early years with their journey with motorsport.
Yeah, it's quite incredible that the students are also doing degrees at the same time while they're doing this assembly of the cars. If you look at some of the complexity, it's pretty impressive.
And as I heard, Zuzia is having a guest with her. So the driver, is it feeling well, Zuzia?
I'm here with Fabian from the Pole SL team. How was your drive today?
I mean, there was a lot of grip today. The car was nice. We had a little bit of overheating issues at the end, but we managed to finish the first stint, and let's see how the second goes.
So we spoke yesterday and you told me you haven't had a ready car last year and this is your first time running. How is the endurance? How do you prepare for it?
I mean, we had like 3 sessions of testing, so not much, but we got rid of all the problems in the previous competition. We were last at Formula 10 Romania last week. We had a couple of issues, but I already fixed that, so the car is working all the time right now, so yeah, it's nice.
Have you finished the endurance this season already?
Yes, we finished the endurance. We had also the overheating issues. We had to slow down quite a bit, but we managed to finish.
And how do you prepare for the efficiency part of the endurance?
I mean, there is a lot of lift and coast going on, but it's also because to save the battery, we still don't know if it's gonna last on full pace. So we are like a bit, I think like 10 seconds off from the autocross laps. Yeah, but the grip is higher, so the lap difference isn't that high, but yeah.
We can hear your team in the back cheering.
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. You can hear it from the visor, from the helmet. Yeah.
That's real. Does it give you a lot of push?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, and do you communicate between the two of you, like push, go further, or slow down?
I mean, we have the
cards.
Yeah, the cards. We don't have any headset. Yeah, because we had some issues with it. It wasn't loud enough, really, yeah.
To hear anything.
Yeah, to hear anything, so we had to remove it.
So I think the team from the Gassen should yell at you what
Yeah,
you should do
yeah.
that way. Here. Well, thank you so much. Let's see how your team does and hopefully finish the endurance today.
Yeah, thank you.
We're gonna head back to the commentators.
And there are such interesting events here because when E30 was trying to start, they had some problems with starting the car, and now David Wysocki has stopped once again, but not at the starting zone when he can stop for a while, but now at the track, and now the car is pushed away.
Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate. It's DNF for the E30, unfortunately.
And now we are with the car from Silesian University.
Yeah, going through on their 14th lap now, so almost halfway through the second driver.
And their lap times are near between 1:12, 1:13. But for now, the last lap is 1 minute 24 seconds. Faster car on the track is from TU Brno, and they are on their 10th lap.
Yeah, I just want to make a comment about the track. Like the driver was just saying there, that the grip is actually building up quite a bit. I think it's the rubbering and also the sun just hitting the surface, just warming up a bit. So we started pretty in wet conditions this morning, and now it dried up pretty good. So hopefully the track will start to get quicker and quicker.
We need to remember that during the week the cars didn't appear on the track, just as it is happening all the weeks and all the months during the year. So the track is keeping the rubber and the worm itself with the grip, but while it's not racing for an entire week and not the track is not getting this leftovers from the rubber, they need to know that the track is going to lose the grip, as well as it is very slippery itself. So being honest, just for now they are building the grip to have the best grip for Sunday, and they are not going to race on Sunday. So the grip is still in a poor condition, and during lap by lap it is going to build, being honest, from zero grip. Especially we have some pools of rain, and at Friday and today's morning I saw that the track was pretty damp as well. And now we have Evan Dietzold from Greenberg, from Berlin, heading to the track.
Yeah, you can see their suspension there. It's direct acting on the front. So it's just a straight shaft to the upper control arm, which some teams choose actually as a weight savings, and also give them direct acting, which has an effect on the motion ratio. And as you can see there as well, they have rear hub motors, just looking at their rims. So pretty interesting that the teams here have such different layouts between the electrical teams here.
You are hearing the cheering up of some team, maybe to the Polestar Racing or to Brno, but Polestar Racing is going to finish their endurance part in a few hours, in a few laps, not hours, sorry. But now car number E19 has just started their endurance tryout.
Oh, that was quite a slide in that corner entry.
And sliding throughout the third hairpin. What is really interesting, the driver is looking for widen the track just to make sure that there is the fastest way to enter and exit the corner, just like karting drivers. So pretty nice experience. And now we are hearing the cheering at the audience. I believe it's for Brno.
The 47 team is coming up to the end of the endurance, so.
Oh, yeah. You're right. Now 3 cars are in the first part of the racing circuit. And somehow I see one of the marshals with the yellow flag prepared, but let's hope that there is no need for a yellow flag.
It looks like the Green Bear car is sliding quite a bit, so I wonder if they're having traction issues. As they go through the chicane, you can kind of see the drivers quite cautious on the throttle.
And just before the last lap, an unfortunate situation for Silesian car. They were pushed to go to the blue zone with the overtaking zone for a green bar car. And there is a last lap for them, so what an unfortunate situation, but still all of them have a clean track in front of now.
Yeah, this should be the last lap for the 47 car for endurance, so if they can finish, that's going to be pretty big for them.
And not to be in a situation just like a Paderborn University, when there was only 2 laps to go and they need to stop in the blue zone.
Yeah, that's always, whenever you have to stop, it's always a bit of a stressful moment, especially when you're coming to the end of the endurance, which is quite a long distance. Still looks like the Green Bear car is struggling with traction at the rear. That driver just trying his absolute best to keep it on the track.
But I'm thinking of it, if the driver is just driving too aggressively, saying that he's pushing on every exit and trying to take as much track as it could be widely and using all of the available asphalt.
Yeah, I think this might be based on... It looks like we have someone finishing endurance here. Oh, we have a spin.
So he was trying and trying and trying, and after that he made the consequences that they are one spin. He spun at the Shia corner, but now rejoining the track, let's believe.
Yeah, it looks like the 47 car just finished endurance, so that's great for them.
And yeah, now a car from Berlin is now once again in the full speed, while the driver was pushing, and then he found the limit. The limit was at the Shire corner when he went too fast. And now with the pushed car, which the car from Silesia is for now, they have ended their tryouts and they managed to finish the endurance task.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think the E19 car might be having issues with traction because they have a rear hub motors only, which I was pointing out with the wheel rims. You can kind of tell where the motors are. So they have all the torque in the rear, which makes it quite tricky to drive, I would imagine.
Maybe all of the mechanics and leaders are driving the BMWs and want to have only rear powered car as well, even if it's electric. So they keep in the old way, the modern way, by having an electric car, and an old way having its only rear wheel drive.
I think it adds quite a bit of simplicity, so you don't have to worry so much about coordinating all 4 motors and the long cooling system. So it's just a simplification, and as long as they can keep control of it, it's a good strategy.
And now the car number 26, it's an EV vehicle from Poznań, Motorsport Poznań University of Technology. It's Adam Smentkowski behind the wheel.
The Brno team is actually on their last lap now, so... And the Brno team is also still holding the fastest lap time so far, which is a 1 minute, 6 seconds.
But still, faster cars are appearing on the track, looking for the Berlin car and Poznań car. And now there is information of last lap for Theo Brunau. Hearing the cheering from the audience and waiting for Brno University to finish their attempt. They are a few last meters, less than 1 kilometer. Heading to the first corner, it's the Poznań University of Technology car. And let's have a look on the car from Brno. It's now on the big pen. Adam Smetkowski is the driver of Put Motorsport, now exiting the Shaya. But much more important is now the situation. Whoa, what do we have here? And the big chicane, the car number E90 is stopping in the middle of the track while E74 need to overtake that. And after that finish the race, even Ditzold it is stopping. Yellow flags are being waved.
Looks like the driver saw the yellow flags and is slowing down. And Team Brno just finished their endurance, so congratulations to them. Looks like the PUT car was able to get through.
And the way how it stops, there is only a very, very narrow point to overtake the car, to push it and try to avoid it. But for now, car from Poznan is at the S's. I need to admit that I'm a big fan of Formula Student here, because as I was watching some videos from Formula Student competitions somewhere else in Europe, there are really, really narrow corners, really, really narrow racing tracks and those lines. And here in Slomczyn, I'm having some kind of things that the drivers can develop their racing, like can develop like in real track, like in real place, and thinking even about racing in their future, not only for Formula Student events, but as well for all the other events they are going to head in the future. So it is a combined track, not only from Formula Student, but with a big competence and big inspirations for the karting tracks, which for me is a very, very nice and good-looking experience for them for the future.
Yeah, just going back to the E19 car, the Green Bear car, it looks like the driver is out and it was a DNF, unfortunately. The marshals let AGH through the overtaking zone just so it gives the marshals a bit more space, so they're able to continue.
So for now, the only car that is being driven here is car from Poznan. Now competing on the little roundabout, heading to the big pen. And what is interesting, for one lap, they were sent to the blue zone to avoid the car from Berlin, and this is the second time going at some kind of a shortcut, because they don't need to have two chicanes, one bigger one is which was built from cones, but still having a little bit slower.
Yeah, I think the marshals are still giving them yellow flags ahead of that just to correct for the shorter distance. So. Yeah, that's one of the things with electric cars. Since you have the motors driven by the hubs, it's significantly harder to push. As you can see, the driver there actually lifting up the rear corner.
And now I think the track is fully green, so they shouldn't put the cars into the blue zone. They should compete on the nominal layout. The Two Brno is the fastest team at the track with the first result on the timetable, sorry, and as we know as well, Greenbar and Ageham Racing EV didn't complete their even first part of the endurance, 27.17 seconds. And what is really interesting, those cars are still 2 minutes slower than the combustion vehicles, even though their best laps are pretty similar, as the Greenbar had 1 minute 9 seconds. Second team that has finished and have a pretty good best lap with a great result of second time overall, 27 minutes 40 seconds. And other car is heading to join the rivalization. It's car from Amber Wayden. Car number 23.
Yeah, this is the Running Snail team. Yeah, you can see there with their, they actually have 4 hub motors based on their rim design, when a lot of these students actually make custom gearboxes. So alongside building the entire car, they even put together complicated systems like planetary gearboxes, which actually quite a feat. Really strong start there. I think they're the team also with quite wide aerodynamic devices you can see behind their rear wheels there compared to the other teams.
The question is if it really gives some aerodynamics advantages of those much wider and lower extensions to those rear wings. And the car from Amberg Weiden is closing the gap to the car from Hanover, I believe.
That's Put Motorsports.
Oh, that's Put, yeah.
Yeah.
That's Put from Poznan, sorry. Pepe Winter is the driver of E23 car for the first run.
Looking quite quick.
Searching for the most competitive racing line, managing to keep the grip, but with a little bit of power sliding throughout the corner number 4. Corner number 4 is the corner just behind the first chicane, starting the S's.
Wow, Running Snail with their last lap being a 1.04, which is 2 seconds faster than Brno.
Looking at the end results of PRZ Racing and Polestar Racing, this is only 1.4 second difference between nearly half an hour run.
Oh wow, they just did a 1-1 for Running Snails. So they're really picking up pace now, wow. Maybe we can see our first under 1 minute lap time.
And being honest, comparing to the karting drivers, the fastest lap for them it's even 48, 49 seconds, but they don't have such an amount of the chicanes and they are pretty smaller. They can use much more of curbs, while here most of them are switched off during 2 cones there. So the time nearly to 1 minute, it's a really impressive one. And it's looking very, very fast.
It looks like PUT Motorsport is coming up to their first driver change soon. Wow, Wow, they're flying past us on the start-finish line here.
The question is, can car from Eidberg, oh my God, Amberg Weiden can beat their time 1 minute for now? And let's have a look if they can manage to go below 1 minute with 59 seconds ahead the time with 2 zeros in the minute section. That would be very impressive, and we would have 2 cars with such an incredible time. And what is really strange to look, the car from Poznan is getting passed for the second time since car from Running Snail Racing Team is on the track.
The Running Snail team is going really quick. They just got a 59.753.
So it really happened.
Yeah, they
It
really
really
just
happened.
broke the 1 minute mark as PUT goes in for their driver change.
What a shame that they didn't manage to escape from E23 car before they changed the driver. So they lost somewhere between 10 maybe to 15 seconds for that. Because while they had blue flags, the team from Amberg-Weiden was kind of in a big difference, big distance from them, but still their speed was too fast for overtaking somewhere else, and they would catch at the end of next corners. And what is interesting, the fastest car from Autocross is now heading to the start. So we would let's hope that we are going to see 2 cars going in less than a minute. What is speed just from the start?
Yeah, they have similarly the 4 hub motors, so they get maximum power to all 4 wheels. So that's contributing a lot to their speed of these 2 cars.
And Tom Wallach is driving this Bullet, which is sliding and cornering from left to right, from right to left, going into the Shia. The big amount of power, the most powerful car in the entire pack. Now at the second hairpin and going through the third. And what is very impressive that since at Slomchin here we don't have a track made all from cones, but using the layout of the karting championship, we can see that this Bullet with incredible amounts of power and torque coming to the next corners. So let's have a look what time at the starting lap they could have, especially if there is a lap to warm the tires and getting known with the track. I'm looking for them now. Poznan is swapping the drivers.
Yeah, it looks like they have their second driver going in right now, so they're putting the seatbelt on.
And on the opening lap, 1 minute 5 seconds for Ostfalia University. Szymon Stępniak is going to complete their endurance attempt.
Oh! That looks like a spin for the WAB Racing team in one of the chicanes.
What is interesting, he managed to come back to the track, but that they was trying to not hit the cone, but after that, 2 cones were being hit, so there is 4 seconds for the time. Tom Wall with one mistake. Maybe this is a problem with the tires. Maybe the temperatures are too hot. And car number 35 is not for now at the lap timing events at the left side of our screen. E26 is coming back to the track. Szymon Stępniak is going to ride, put motorsport. And I'm looking for car 35 for 1 minute 5 seconds is the fastest time. And this is the last lap for car number 23. The
we have a red flag.
Oh, the red flags?
Yeah, we're.
No, that was only on our screens, but for sure there was not a red flag at the track. So Poznan has 9 laps to go. E35, let's hope that they are getting better and better. And now let's focus on the car number E23 because they are going to end. And this is the mark for the car from Amberg-Weiden.
Yeah, the Running Snail team are going in for their driver change this lap. So.
And the car number 23 has a checkered flag. This is the driver swap in Amberg-Weiden car. Running Snail with the second driver.
It looks like one of the teams is making an adjustment to their pedal box for their driver heights. As you can see, the team member accessing that through the panel in their monocoque.
And after 9 laps, they completed it in 9 minutes. Speaking about the Running Snail. And this is no surprise since their lap times were below 1 minute after 5th or 6th lap. And now in the overtaking zone, the car number E35 passed car from Poznan. And their lap times are getting pretty close to the Running Snail now. It's 1 minute and 7/10 of a second. So maybe this lap they are going to be faster and break the lap time below the 1 minute. Very, very smooth through this little chicane. Now really smooth on the exit on the third hairpin without scratching the tires and losing the rear wheels. No oversteering and with maybe the good temperature of the tires. Maybe that slide in the first time was the reason of the not good temperature of the tires, but for now that lap wasn't faster, 1 second slower than the best one, but they need to carry on the pace and be consistent.
The Poznan team, the PUT team, has actually set their fastest lap as their last lap, which is a 1:08. So it looks like they're starting to pick up the pace a little bit more.
If their lap times were more consistent down the laps from Tube, no, they have the big possibility to be above them. They are now first on the table, 27 and 17 seconds. And now car from Amberg-Weiden, Running Snail is running on the track once again with a good speed at the starting straight, and the cheering by their team.
They released just before the WOB team, so now they're able to get into some clean air without having to battle between each other in the overtaking zone. So hopefully we'll be able to see what they come up with now with their second driver.
But there is still a question if which car is going to be faster. if it shows that car number E35 from Australia University of Applied Sciences is going to be faster. They need to slow down, carry on the pace, and put them in front of you themselves. So, a pretty interesting picture and future in front of us.
Yeah, PUT actually putting in another fast lap, 1 second faster than their previous lap. They're at a 1:07 now, so they're slowly picking up the pace here in the closing laps of their endurance.
I'm so impressed by the racing life line of E23, but for now I'm going to be impressed by the interview by Zuzia. Zuzanna, what are you have for us? I heard that some driver are with you.
So we are here with the Running Snails team. How was your car Schlimak performance? I heard that's the nickname you use for it.
Yeah, it was quite good out there. We had a lot pace, I think, and we are a little bit limited by temperature from our engine, but the rest was quite okay, I think.
We spoke, the commentators told us that, from the beginning you guys were setting the fastest lap. First one was a minute and now you went even below a minute. How does it feel?
Yeah, really good. Yesterday we couldn't get under a minute, so it's good that we could now.
And I saw your squad there with a computer headset. Did you guys communicate in any way? How does it work?
Yeah, they tell me how we are on energy side and temperature-wise, if we can push more or less. That's how we use the funk.
And because we have here now the endurance, but also the efficiency, which one is, tougher? Which one you look out for more? Finishing the race, but also saving the energy, right?
Yeah, for us, it's definitely more important the endurance because it gives much more points. But the efficiency is also quite good for us in last events, so I hope we can win that as well if we finish.
Okay, we're counting on that. Amazing performance. We'll see the second driver now on the track. Thank you so much.
We had a few seconds to say about electrical vehicles and combustion vehicles, and I was reminding myself about one of the cars with Honda engines last year that leaked all the time. So with electrical ones, there is no leaking fluids, and as well there is so much to improve, so much to learn by the students, and pushing the boundaries, especially when the fastest electrical vehicle is making 100 kilometers per hour in under a second. Great effort from the car number E23. Searching for grip with a little bit problems on the third hairpin. And for now, I'm looking if the Australia University of Applied Science could manage to go under a minute, as they were in the autocross yesterday.
Yeah, their last lap was 1 minute, 0.4. So they're 4/10 off of the 1 minute mark. So they got pretty good pace going.
And in Running Snail, we showed the driver, but for now we are driving with Poznań. And the message on their rear wing is Szymuś, which is the little name for Szymon, stop. Szymon, stop. So Szymon Stępniak, I would like to say, Szymon, don't stop. Szymon, just run, just push it to the finish line.
Yeah, PUT on their second to last lap here for the endurance. So
there is an info for them. This is the last lap from PUT Motorsport.
Oh, it looks like the driver hit a cone there.
Szymuś, stop. Szymuś, stop. Don't hit the cones. He's firing up for now. Being in his zone, searching for the best pace of the last lap. Pretty good to the little chicane. Little S before the first hairpin. Now the second one. the little S, and going to the third car pane. Very aggressive on the throttles, looking for the wider racing line. And for now, car number E35 is after their the driver's change. Patrick Trapp has joined the racing seat.
It looks like they're being released before the PUT car. Okay. As PUT comes in the last corner for the final time.
There is a cheering in the audience. There is a checkered flag for PUT Motorsport, and looking for the time. And they are the fastest at the track, 15 seconds before the last reader from Brno. So their time is 27 minutes and 2 seconds. Great effort from Poznanian students. And now 2 contenders to win this event. 2 Germany car, 1 built in Australia University of Applied Sciences and 1 built in OTH Amberg-Weiden. Running Snail versus WOB Racing. Speaking about the pace, the car number 35 has the best lap, not over a minute, minutes and 0.403 seconds, while the best lap for car from the Running Snail racing team, it's under a minute. But the pace for now is quite similar, 1 minute and 3 seconds for both of the teams. So no matter what the best lap is, the pace is a clue. The pace is the most important thing for now.
I think these teams are probably thinking about managing their power, because as they come to the end of the endurance, they'll be thinking about if they have enough energy to get to the end of the race. So it's going to be interesting to see how those teams manage their overall power from their accumulator.
The Running Snail is on its last lap, while E35 has a few more. So let's have a look on the car number E23. Yeah, I wasn't wrong. E23 last lap for them, and I can see that they are slowing a bit just to make sure they could reach the checkered flag. Maybe it's not a slow run, but not as fast as last laps. With a smoother driving, with calm reactions on the wheel and on the throttle. Now heading to the exit of the big pen, going through the chicane, and after the chicane from cones. And ladies and gentlemen, the Running Snail Racing team is finishing its run, and let's have a look with what time on the table. Perry Miller has ended his shift, and is it better than 27 minutes? Yes, it's the best time, 6 and maybe 5 minutes better, 21 minutes and 57 seconds, so nearly 6 seconds better. 6 minutes better, and there's a big difference between 6 seconds and the 6 minutes. It's a dropout zone.
35 car now running in clean air, so they should be able to put in some good lap times.
Patrick Trapp is trying to use that things that are going to be well for him. Heading to the big chicane after that chicane from Little Cones. And there are still 3 laps for him. He started 15th lap, with the pace dropping by 4 seconds for the best lap, but for last laps he was making 1 minute 3 seconds. So for the not fuel but battery efficiency and for the range of the car, as well as the temperature of the tire and tire wear, I believe that this is a pretty good result, and the planned result just to make sure the range would be enough to reach the checkered flag, as well as the driver could get more and more tired after the corner after corner. So 3 laps to go for them. The pace is dropping, but in a controlled zone, I think.
Yeah, the endurance event is scored on overall time as well, so I'm sure they're going to have a response for the running snail team, who are currently the fastest.
The last lap for running snail was 1 minute and 5 seconds. Let's have a look if the pace of the actual and now pace for the Austria University is similar. Last lap for running snail 1 minute and 5 seconds, and for WOB 1 minute and 5 seconds. So they need to carry on the pace and stay on these lap times, not to slow any tenths of a second, just to be in the battle zone with their friends from Germany. Cool's Prague Formula team is waiting for the prize giving ceremony, especially with the great result after the combustion vehicles endurance. But for now, we are waiting to end the endurance. After all, now it's 17th lap of WOB Racing from Germany. So in a few meters, they are going to be shown the last lap information, and they are slowing a bit just to save energy.
Yeah, this is when the race becomes an efficiency race. You want to have just enough energy and just enough speed to finish ahead of your competitors, and I'm sure they're coming pretty close to the end of what their power system is able to give, so they're going a little bit cautious here.
And I think they are not managing to be the first after the event, because for now their time could attempt them to have 1 lap and similar time, but for now their time is 5 second difference from the overall time of running snail, so they have 1 more lap and 5 second advantage only. So it's not enough to be on the first place. So I believe for now the provisional winners of the endurance are running snail racing team. Big congratulations for you. If everything goes well for WOB Racing, they are going to be second. There are only half a kilometer to the finish line. Heading to the pen. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the last lap of Formula Student Poland 2025. This is at the time for hugs, this is time for smile, for cheering up all the cars at the track. This is the last corner of the Formula Student Poland 2025, the last time the Czech red flag is in the air. That was a very, very emotional weekend. That was a very weekend of creativity, of the improvements, of the holy summing day of all the energy and what the student did through entire year and maybe entire years to be here at Autodrome Slomczyn. Patrick Trapp has just ended the all Formula Student Poland competitions at the layout. What are your emotions about that?
Yeah, I think that it's really good to see the competitiveness of this event, and since it's counted now towards the world ranking, it's worth quite a bit to these teams. So hopefully this will improve their overall scores, and hopefully when they go into their next competitions, they'll be even better than they are today.
And this is a confirmation for WOB Racing. They are second with the time of 23 minutes. That was a big pleasure and even a greater honor to be here with you, as the Formula Student Poland is one of the most competitive event throughout the Autodrome Slomczyn calendar. I hope that you enjoyed here at Autodrome Slomczyn. Thank you very much. My name is Maciej Kołakowski, and I hope that next year we are going to hear each other once again.
No ja widzę, że mam białą diodę, więc albo nie działa teli, albo nie wiem co.